dollars go out for a team, that club's going to have to try and say, look, we can't compete, because that's a financial issue at that point. Those are assets. Like, they could.
Yeah, but everyone agreed before the season. Like, this is the risk that you're going.
Oh, it's an agreement though.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Let's
So
play.
it was the same thing. Same thing with them coming back. It was like, we can void the season, I guarantee you, since Liverpool after that loss, it's just the way Scousers are. If they end up having like Van Dijk out, Alisson out. Well, Alisson's already out, but they say they get Salah out and then Henderson gets out and they all have COVID. I guarantee you Liverpool are going to say, well, all of our players got COVID, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee you they're going to do that. That's just the way Scousers are.
That was reasonable.
But they weren't saying that last year whenever there was a much higher risk of getting it in the spring, and then when they already had they basically had the title wrapped up, given to them. They weren't saying, they were the only ones saying we should play, we should keep playing.
Fair point.
So
I agree.
They're just being hypocrites. But I think with City not having much of a preseason, that is a giant freaking that I can't stress that enough, and I think it just keeps getting looked over. Not having a preseason is a ginormous issue. I mean, look at the NFL right now. Some of the teams that are supposed to be really good look garbage, and the amount of players that have gotten injured because they're just going straight into a season from team camp is insane. And it also doesn't help that the fields that they're playing on are turf and the people are tearing up their knees. But a preseason matters. Really, really does. And I think those teams that are struggling a lot right now with their performances, once it gets to November, I think you'll see the teams that are supposed to be winning start winning, and the teams that are supposed to not be winning start losing all their games. I really do. I think Aston Villa.
That's when Man City's going to turn around. That's what
yeah. By Thanksgiving, City will be winning on a hot streak.
Yeah, on the ass end of Thanksgiving, I can see that for sure. You want to go through the results from last week?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, United 1-2 Spurs 6. I didn't see it coming. I didn't see the Martial red card coming.
And it was so watching that. It was so like it was a corner, and I think United were down 2-1 at that point. Because Spurs scored right after. The referee, the game stopped, and then the referee goes over and gives a red card, and it's like, well, who was it to? I thought the commentators I thought it was to De Gea. But then if you go back and look at the replay, Martial barely taps him on the chin and he falls down. But right before, Lamela literally puts his arm out on Martial's throat and then pulls his arm up.
It was definitely dirty. Dude.
And then where's VAR on that? That's the whole point of it. It's so clearly was, Martial retaliated, so he deserves the same punishment that Lamela does, in my opinion. You can't say that Martial's was less violent than Lamela's.
If you're going to card the second offender, card the first. If you're
it has to be the same card.
Yeah. In the 10th minute of the game, no less. On a corner when everybody's touching each other, I mean, that's a yellow at best. That's just
and Lamela falling down like that, dude, what a...
That's mainly on the referee for calling that.
I've got choice words for that, but... Anyway.
Everton 4-2 Brighton.
Dude, Everton... There's some points where they look like this is the best team in the league, and right now
they are.
Right now they definitely are. But then there are times where you're watching them and you're like, God, this is the Everton of old, where they're just letting these crap teams come back on them. Brighton is a good team. I'm not saying that Brighton's a bad team, but Everton should have put that game away way before they did, and then they let Brighton come back into it a little bit, and then. Once they got the fourth goal, they let Brighton score again. So
Brighton beat Newcastle 3-0, right? That was that score. Or was it the other way around?
I think Brighton won. No, because Callum Wilson has a goal every game, I'm pretty sure.
So does Trossard. He has a goal or an assist.
Except for United, when he hit the post 5 times.
Yeah. I believe...
I can't remember the score of that game.
No, Brighton won that game 3-0. That was the only one Callum didn't have a goal in. Callum got
Gotcha.
2 last game. I don't see Brighton getting shut out all year. I don't see them. I think they'll.
With Mopai up top, no. If Mopai gets injured, I think they might.
I think they have the personnel to adjust. It's not going to be as effective, but they definitely have the personnel to adjust.
They just picked up some center attacking mid from Dortmund, who pretty good. His name is Kadra.
Let me see.
Oh, it's gone. I don't know what just happened.
How do you spell it?
Khadra.
No clue. This is from the youth.
He looks pretty old, but he's I mean, if he's coming from a top team.
You said Dortmund.
Yeah, he came from Dortmund. So.
But yeah, I don't see Brighton getting shut out all year. I think they're a scoring team more than a defensive team, so they're always going to put one up on the board. Chelsea 4-0 Palace. I didn't watch that game, but
I was asleep. But I mean, it seems like Chelsea are kind of figuring stuff out. I don't know what the formation they played was though, because I mean, let me see if I can pull it up. Because if they actually played correctly, then they might be forced to be reckoned with. Like if they played Pulisic on the left, Ziyech on the right, Havertz in the middle. Well, then again, no. What's the formation that we said that they should do? It was.
I've always said a 4-2-2-2.
Did we say a 4-3-3?
Yeah, 4-3-3 with Warner out left and Pulisic out right.
That's right. It was
work.
Tammy up top, Werner on the left, Pulisic right, and then the two cams are
Ziyech and Havertz.
Yeah, and then you have Conte as your 6. That team wins you a league.
Yeah.
That front 6 wins you a league.
I think so.
It's a shame for them that they don't have better center backs though. Although with Azpilicueta coming in, if he plays center back and they have Chilwell on the left, who's their right? Reece James on the right, and then you just fill in, I guess, Thiago Silva as your center back, and then they can't have Kepa if you want to be a title-winning team.
They might be better off in a 3-back, but maybe that's the same issue that Lampard's dealing with, is having to figure out what
and they got rid of
personnel.
They got rid of but they loaned him out. Loftus-Cheek, right? Yeah. Who did they loan him out to?
Oh, he sucks, dude.
I think it's Fulham.
He sucks.
Yeah, he's overrated.
What garbage can.
For show. You hear that one? He's overrated.
Then we've got Leicester 0 to West Ham 3.
Dude, West Ham are winning the league.
They're going to be moseying around top 8. Now, I don't think they started hot or ended too well last year, but they're 7 goals in 2 games and 2 clean sheets. So
against top teams too, like not just against
the team that beat Man City 5-2 last week.
Yeah,
is the team that beat 3-0 this past weekend.
I think, but again, I mean I don't really know Leicester's excuse, but Wolves not playing a preseason, I think that was a big factor in that game. But Cresswell was really good in that game, and he's available in our league. See, the thing about it is, I think West Ham, like, they're good right now, but they're like Palace. They go in spurts. Like, they'll go on a spurt where they're unreal for a couple games, and then they'll go to absolute crap. So it's like, if you're gonna pick up Cresswell, you better realize that the second that those performances start dropping, that you either leave him on your bench as your third option, or you just get rid of him completely.
The teams, I'm looking at 4 teams right now that I've seen be consistent and not been beat to shit, and it's Villa, Everton, Arsenal, and West Ham. Well, and Brighton, that's 5 teams, but they all seem to be consistent and have a system. We talked about Villa and Arsenal, how they seem like they have one. Everton definitely has one underneath Ancelotti, and West Ham and Brighton seem to be just pumping goals.
You see, the thing about West Ham is they played this exact same way last year, and they were getting hammered by everyone. They would play well against the big teams, but then against teams like who got relegated last year? Like Norwich, they would look awful.
I think there was some timidness in playing Antonio. He came on as a sub a lot last year and ended up getting the job done for them when they needed the job done. And he's starting a lot now, so I guess they're realizing this guy's going to get us goals. Let's start and put him up top.
I mean, that front, what is their front four? It's Fornals on the left, Bone on the right, Antonio up top. I don't know who their center attacking mid is. Is it Lanzini?
Noble.
I thought he was the double pivot with Rice.
Is he?
I
I thought it was Suchek.
Oh, Suchek, that's right.
I think Noble's the 10 or the cam. And
they played
Lanzini's in it.
They played a 5-man back against.
That's right, because Cresswell and Masuaku played.
Yeah.
Southampton 2, West Brom 0. That's good for them. It's good speed boost for Southampton. They started rocky, and West Brom's a good buffer team for them.
Yeah. Southampton they'll survive the season. I don't think that they have the depth to compete for anything. But they'll stay up as long as Danny Ings keeps getting goals for them. If he starts drying up, they are in a real deep hole.
Yeah, he's their only hope. Well, Walcott's there now too. That might shake things up a little bit. Doubtful, but doubtful it'll shake it up too much, but it definitely will have an impact somewhere.
How old is Walcott? Like 33 now?
Yeah, too old. He's up there. Newcastle 3, Burnley 1. Newcastle look good this year. Steve Bruce has a system. He's got a tall striker and a short striker. Joe Linton was out left, so I'm guessing he's trying to try out Joe Linton on a flank. I think he played there sporadically last year, but when you've got Callum Wilson and Carroll producing how they are, you're going to have to find a new spot for
See, the thing about Newcastle is, though, if they play against like an actual team, though, who actually plays football, they're really bad. Like, they lost 3-0 to Brighton. So, a team that actually plays, they aren't very organized.
Well, I think they're the better of the scrap teams, of the teams that are going to scrap for a win.
They have Almerion and then they have St. Maximum. So, like, St. Maximum he's a really good player. And I don't know how he's on Newcastle, but...
He started showing. There was a talk when he was in France. I can't remember if you were telling me this or not, but like he just couldn't dribble or shoot or pass. Like he got up into where it counted, and then he would fuck up. And a goal and an assist last game.
He's starting to
inclination to things are turning around.
And they also have Andy Carroll. So Joelinton was playing on the left, right, in that last game. But it's on here, they have it as a 4-4-2 with Joelinton and Callum Wilson. But then they have Andy Carroll on the bench. So that's just slot in.
They may have played him up top last game. No, actually,
I remember watching it, and he was coming out of the left a lot. Yeah. But and then they have Ryan Fraser as well, who finally made an appearance.
Fraser's going to be good this year.
So yeah, like Newcastle, against teams that will actually play, I think that they'll struggle. But yeah, against like teams that it'll be like a scrap fest, I think they'll get the better of. They're in no trouble being relegated.
No, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah,
I bank on them getting top 10 even. Newcastle.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I'd say they'd be around like 14 to 10. I wouldn't say they break top 10. I wouldn't say they break top 10.
I'll say top 11. I can't see them being too far away from top 10.
I mean,
with the shit shows we've seen so far, I can't imagine. I mean, a lot of the teams that did place top 10, I think 2 or 3 teams that were top 10 last year won't be top 10 this year.
Like who?
I don't think that. Let's see. What was the top 10 last year? Everton was top. Hold on.
I can't remember. I think it's.
I don't think Wolves will get top 10 this year. I don't think. I don't think Sheffield's definitely not. They were top.
Sheffield will not. Yeah.
I don't think Leicester will. I think they're going to collapse here shortly.
Yeah, Leicester. I don't think Leicester definitely overachieved.